You can't control the people around you. You can't force them to change their beliefs. And I don't really think you should either. I think if we just are trying to force people into, believing what we think is the right thing, that's kind of a slippery slope.
Hier het ons handelsskool het Lorenzo Marx toe gegaan en daar so staan ek nou met die 54 piesangs wat ek gekoop het vir 1 en 3. 'n shilling en 3 pennies. Jy sê nie weet wat dit is nie. Omtrent 13 sent, 12 sent het ek 54 piesangs gekoop. Daar het ons nou mekaar leer ken en toe begin uitgaan maar daai uitgaan was mos nou maar 'n mens gaan stap of jy gaan drink 'n milkshake of jy gaan miskien fliek of nou Goodwoodse skou toe, maar dit is maar al hoe ons uitgegaan het en nie kar gehad om mee te ry nie, ons het onder 'n sambreel in die reën geloop en die bus gehaal as ons iewers heen wou gegaan het. In daai jare mag ek nie 'n langbroek gedra het nie. En toe een Saterdag toe kom ons by die huis, toe my pa se niggie van Stellenbosch daar en ek mag nie voor haar die langbroek aan het, moet ek deur die venster klim en eers die langbroek uittrek voor ek kom groet.
Ouma het gesê toe julle oor sy gaan het mamma vir hom gesê soos ek moet soos wakker gemaak word, soos sy moet eers onder inkom by die duvet en my stokkies
nee, dit was maar net omdat jy dit was maar net winter.
En mamma het gesê as ek wil skool toe gaan, dan kan ek maar by die huis bly. Maar ek wou elke dag
nee, maar dit was nou seker maar net toe ons oor see was. Want dan kry ek julle jammer as ek so ver is.
Yeah, you were very weird when I first met you. It was like the girl I met and then the girl I met for the second time, when we eventually went for coffee, those were like two totally different people.
I think knowledge breeds empathy. So I think we need to take a much more active role. It's not enough to just know things about other cultures and other races and to all try to live together. I think we need to take an active role in getting to know people who are different to us. So that kind of ties into what I was saying about not forcing people to believe the same thing as us. But I think we need to try to create a space in which differences don't necessarily cause divisions. Dave Malan was my great-great-grandfather's older brother. He was elected Prime Minister of South Africa in 1948, and he laid most of the groundwork for apartheid. He was the champion of Afrikaner nationalism and believed in the ideology of people groups living separate but equal. In practice, the equal part was grossly neglected, and the legacy for apartheid was built, which still has devastating effects on our country today. Dave Malan was literally born in my parents' bedroom, and there's a plaque on our house that says he was born there.
Toe ek op skool gewees het, ek eerlike waarheid gedink daar's niks fout met wat op skool nie. Maar ons eie ontwikkeling was ek was in dieselfde skool as julle, net heelwat jare voor julle. En daai skool op daai stadium was daar die koshuis. Net NG Kerkmense. Daar was nie eens ander kerkmense by ons in die kerkie. So vir my was dit doodnormaal. Ek het nie dit was reg. Ek het nie eens gedink, ek bedoel nie een van ons het gedink dat dit verkeerd is om met jou eie mense saam skool te gaan.
I kind of had this thing where I didn't know I could say no. Someone asked me out, so I dated like a lot of people unnecessarily. And one of them just happened to be a colored guy because I started hanging out with so many colored people. And it kind of wasn't even a big deal for me. I mean, I didn't even like the guy very much. I knew our relationship probably wasn't going to last very long. But like, it sparked this huge thing, not just in my school, but in like So in Wellington and in West where I come from, and Malmesbury even, like everyone knew, everyone was talking about it. So we were maybe 12 girls in my grade in the boarding school. They all kind of sat me down and had like an intervention for me. It totally caught me off guard. I wasn't, I didn't realize people had such deep, set like, still like racism, I guess, basically. That people were so racist where I didn't realize.
Ons het ook my familie, die Italiaanse familie, hulle het nie baie gediskrimineer teen kleur as sulks nie. Seker van die Italiaanse afkoms en ons het ook nie 'n probleem gehad nie. Byvoorbeeld toe ek op Aatjies was Adam Small saam in ons Bybelkring wat ons gedoen het. Elke etenstyd en hy was daar en wie was die ander? Dit was Nick Lee, maar jy sal hom nie ken nie. Later toe is Adam Small die Afrikaanse redakteur van Varsity en ek is die onderredakteur. Dit het geen probleem vir ons gewees nie. So, maar apartheid het die hele tyd aangegaan tussen die lot daar. So dit was so.
So I think like one of the practical things we can do as South Africans, and I can do as a South African, is to really, really get to know people who are different to me as individuals and make an effort to build relationships. Wat dink ouma kan ons as Suid-Afrikaners doen om vorentoe te beweeg?
My lese in die lewe is leef en laat leef.
I think South Africa needs to focus on more primary and secondary level education in order to help us move forward, especially in light of recent events in the tertiary education with the Fees Must Fall protests and also with my involvement in tertiary education. I see a lack of preparedness of people reaching tertiary education.
Ons moet mekaar se hande vat, ons moet mekaar respekteer, ons moet mekaar se kulture respekteer. Ek dink daar's baie potensiaal in ons mense met al die verskeidenheid wat ons het. So ek is nogal baie optimisties oor ons land vorentoe.
Even in my own experience after high school, I definitely wasn't prepared for life. And for a lot of people, high school is the best they'll ever get.
As deel van my agtergrond in die onderwys, dink ek dit is vir my belangrik om vorentoe te beweeg, om vir almal in Suid-Afrika, vir alle kinders, om baie goeie kwaliteit opvoeding te hê en skool moontlik te maak vir almal en die opvoedkunde in die land so te kry dat almal dieselfde onderwys kry.
Studying history and business and all those things is fine, but it doesn't prepare someone for life. The skills that young people need when they're going out into the world is the ability to think for themselves, the ability to plan, the ability to make a budget, figure out how to live on whatever income they have, the ability to question and to learn. And those are difficult things to teach teenagers, but I don't think teenagers are incapable of learning those things.
En die positiewe aanhang in Suid-Afrika uitbrei soos wat hy behoort uitgebrei te word en om voort te gaan op die goeie werk wat in die verlede gedoen is en die lelike goed los. Ek weet nie of dit moontlik is nie. Mense is maar geneig om die negatiewe meer te beklemtoon as die positiewe. Maar ek dink Suid-Afrika in die toekoms het meer positiewe mense nodig.
I had a safety net, and the reality is a lot of other South African youth don't. And they need to be prepared for a world where no one's going to hold their hand, where they won't have a safety net.
So I think the way mainly forward, and we can only do this
by starting to do it ourselves, is to engage with people in conversation in a way that you fight for your opinion and you confidently raise your opinion, but not at the expense of someone else's humanity. So treat someone else as an individual also that is entitled to their opinion and that doesn't need to conform to your opinion. So that's something that I, as a South African, like I think to move forward, that's something I'm gonna, do much more consciously, because I think that's the key, that this doesn't happen organically. We are very we tend to stick to our opinion and only surround ourselves with people who agree with us. So I think it's something that we have to consciously do, is to have people in our life that are different to us and discuss issues in a way that's not shying away from the hard issues, but that recognizes that other people are entitled to an opinion that's different, and we can discuss issues despite disagreeing.